Hello and welcome back to episode number 9 of Dorm Room Diplomacy. Here I am joined with the good old Jack Arnold, who's in a little bit of an unfortunate situation. Your normal dorm room diplomacy with a little bit less audio quality, but here we are nonetheless.
Of course, of course. Joined.
How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right. You know, prevailing through our circumstances here.
Exactly. That's all we got to do, right? It's all we got to be doing.
Exactly. All we can do, at
Um,
least.
Exactly. Had an interesting run in with technology, and
Yes.
we figured out that technology doesn't really like us,
Yeah, this is true. This is true. In
or
fact,
that we're idiots. One of the two.
it's certainly a little bit of both.
It's
Um,
certainly a little bit of both. But
yeah. Unfortunately, we from actually the location I'm in right now. You guys may never see the episodes that we filmed in person right here.
the
Um,
ones that got lost,
it's kind of tragic, which is why
kind of
we're
tragic.
recording this episode, because we didn't have anything else, because we're very very prepared, very professional, and
Exactly.
we don't make any mistakes. Um,
Turning into an apology video.
I guess so. Yeah. So
Yeah,
it is what it is. We'll
it is
we'll
what it is.
yeah, we'll have something like it in the future. Because they were very cool, but
It surely will not be the last time for
right.
sure.
Kind of just have to accept the reality that things will be lost.
Um, but otherwise though, how's your week been?
It's been good. It's been good. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Anything exciting you've been up to?
I've been exploring the city this weekend. That's why I'm here right now, recording here, not back at the dorm. Been
Right.
exploring the city, kind of checking out some cool buildings. There's the open house Chicago's going on this weekend, where they're opening up a bunch of the bigger buildings downtown, just
Yeah,
for
exactly.
tour to kind of walk through, check out spots you can't normally get into. So that's been really cool.
Mhm. That's got to be really cool.
Yeah.
Some of the buildings you just walk by every day, being able to go up in
Hmm.
them for once.
Right. It's a nice
Yeah,
perspective. Get to see some cool areas of the city in different angles.
for sure. For sure. Any good places you've been for food? I assume you're widening your horizons now.
Hey, food
In Chicago.
food is a thing, and Chicago certainly has
It's a
plenty of
place.
options. It is a place. Yeah, no, I there's just so many spectacular places to eat here,
Yeah.
but we haven't even really caught up too much on when you were here.
Yeah, no,
Obvious,
not really.
obviously, like I mean, would have been able to seen the recordings in person, but yeah, never really did a recap on you know your
Yeah,
experience in the city.
it was definitely an insane weekend, I'll put it that way. We did everything.
it,
Not everything, but
yeah,
a damn lot of
it was a
things.
lot, and it
It,
took quite a bit out of me for sure.
I saw that. Definitely made a little bit of a difference for you, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of the tipping point. I think my roommate had a little stomach bug, and I was maybe fighting that, and then our just onslaught of activities over the last weekend kind of pushed me over the edge and
Oh yeah.
ended up getting pretty sick. But I'm all good now.
Yeah. How long did it last?
It was just like two really bad days, and then
Yeah.
I've just kind of had like a cough, which is
I'm
not
surprised I didn't end up getting sick, so that's a good thing for
yeah.
sure.
There we go. Perfect.
Um, but yeah, I mean, we were pretty much all over the place. For about 3 days, we did a tour of pretty much every iconic area in Chicago.
It's for tomorrow.
Um, but it's just it really is perspectivizing, especially coming back
Oh yeah.
and seeing, you know, small town, college town compared to 10 million people, 9.5 million people, Chicago.
Big
It's
difference. Big difference.
it's a big difference, and you know, I really loved it there, and I plan to live in a big city at some point in my life.
Hmm.
But I think I'm enjoying my college here in a little bit smaller environment.
Yeah, no, certainly
So
not for everyone, and not everyone enjoys it.
yeah, for
So
sure. I definitely will be visiting again though.
you better.
Cool place, cool place.
It is.
Hopefully that next time we'll not be stupid.
Hey, can't dwell on it too much. It is
Yeah,
what it is.
can't win them all. Can't win them all, can you?
Yep. But yeah, no,
Um,
it was an amazing weekend, even though it
yeah,
ended somewhat sourly for me.
yeah.
All the stuff we got to do was really awesome, and I had a really good time.
But I think we talked about this before on the podcast a little bit. But what was one of the things that was surprising me a little bit was the whole, police not using sirens thing. That's kind of terrifying when you have them like just like come up next to you and like scream past you in a car, and it's a
Yeah,
little it's a little bit unnerving. But
I would imagine. It's funny that that's the detail that stuck with you. I guess I
yeah,
never really thought about it that much, but yeah.
it was something. And I just one of the other things I found really cool about being in the city was we got to go to Chinatown, and I got to see a little bit of like other kind of multicultural areas.
Hmm.
And it's very, very cool to see like large, congregations of those groups of, people, and see what kind of comes of it.
Hmm.
I just found that, you know, that Chinatown area was really cool, and it's just kind of it's different because
Yeah.
back from Kansas City, like sure we have a Chinatown. It's like a quarter of the size. Sure we have, a Little Italy. It's like a quarter of the size. So it's just different.
Hmm.
It's definitely just a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, with a city as big as Chicago is, it definitely is just on a much larger scale. You get to see kind of those different areas, and they're
Right, right.
allowed to express themselves that much more because it's so many more people. And so, I mean, yeah, there's little pockets all over the place. We'll
Right.
have to make them destinations of your next visit.
Exactly.
But yeah, no,
Exactly.
so many cool little areas. Not just in downtown, just the little neighborhood pockets, kind of all throughout the city, are just so
Mhm.
distinct and really interesting to explore.
And another just off-topic thing. Being next to, Lake Michigan's kind of cool.
It is. I get the beaches in the summer. Nice waves to relax and watch. It's very very cool, and very unique as well. I really like it.
Yeah, it's not. There's not really. I mean, sure, the two other largest cities in America are on coasts, so
Hmm.
like, yeah, but like not like right there.
I mean, yeah, I mean most
N-
large cities are located near water, and so it's not that it's too unique that it's there, but it's
Right.
very interesting just to have it as one of the Great Lakes, because it's very different from an ocean. And you don't get like the beach weather. It's not Chicago's it's a very cold city. Certainly
Yeah.
getting there now, but
Yeah.
just having a
How is
lake
it
there is
there
really
right
cool.
now?
It's not too bad right now. It's been getting colder. I think this next week is going to be pretty chilly. Um,
Because I hear that yeah, next week here it's supposed to be quite cold,
yeah,
quite cold indeed.
yeah,
Um.
yeah. I think it's getting there, and I really don't mind the cold. I think it's really going to
Right.
hurt some people who aren't used to
It's
it.
pr- it's probably gonna be pretty brutal though there,
But I'm
isn't
not
it?
too worried about it. Everyone's telling me it's
Yeah.
going to be so much worse than anything I'm used to, but I don't foresee it being too terrible.
Yeah, it should be all right. It's not like you're living in like, far north Canada or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
But yeah,
but
one
yeah,
thing I wanted you to reflect on at least, because I know we talked about it directly after the fact, but I haven't
yeah.
heard your reflections given some time. We tried a lot of good food the weekend you were here. But
Yeah.
I want you to tell everyone about your latest life changing
So
food experience.
yeah, we 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 went to a lot of effort um
Certainly.
to acquire a specific burger in Chicago. And my opinion of it has not changed. Still the best burger ever. And unfortunately, it has made every other burger seem, subpar, and that's just kind of an unfortunate reality. And now it's less gripping with it being the best, but dealing with everything else being subpar now.
Living with the disappointment.
Anyway, so yeah, we attempted to get into Oshaval, the burger place in Chicago that Jack so wonderfully recommended we go to, um, and we went. What was it? Saturday night was when we tried it first.
Hmm.
Got a 2.5 hour wait, 3 hour wait. I definitely didn't miss that one. And then got back, tried to put our names back in, got a 4 hour wait.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Wasn't gonna wait 4 hours. It would have been like 11 o'clock by that time. Um, Came back the next day, waited like what was it, like 2.5 hours. Finally got in.
Hmm.
It was worth it though. It was definitely worth it. It was really good. And hey man, the triple cheeseburger, add bacon, add egg.
Oh yes.
I
Oh
I,
yes.
I can't say was a life altering experience. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, for anyone who isn't super familiar, who isn't either from Chicago or a regular visitor of Chicago, there's obviously plenty of world class food here, but the Auchevel burger spot, and they really only do their burgers. There's not a whole lot of depth to the menu, but
They really, yeah, no, there's not. There's quite not a lot.
they've been rated as one of the best burger spots in Chicago and in the country for years since they opened. And so I tried it a couple of years ago when visiting. It was phenomenal. And, every time I describe this to people, they're like, it's just a burger. Surely
Right,
it can't
right.
be that good.
Of
It
course.
is really that good. You
It
really,
really is.
there's no way to explain it. You just have to try it. If you're ever in
Exactly.
Chicago, I recommend. Now, getting a spot to eat there is no small task. Like Matthew was
Because they are
saying,
not reservations.
we didn't get in till our third reservation try, and it's not a reservation in advance. You got to go there, put your name in, and wait.
Yep.
And so,
Yep.
we waited for 2 hours in a Whole Foods playing chess to get in there, and
It was quite fun. It was quite fun.
and it was
honestly.
certainly worth it. So
Um, Certainly. But yeah, no, they were rated the number one best burger in the country by Food Network. So
telling you,
there's that
I'm
too.
telling you guys, you don't know until you try it.
You really don't.
It is really that good.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah, but enough shilling out for our favorite burger restaurant. We should,
Exactly. Go try
they,
it.
they
Go try it.
they need to be paying us for this promotion.
Oshaval, sponsor us, please.
Yeah, honestly.
That's all we need, right? But yeah, besides that, I mean, taking the L was an interesting, I don't know, experience.
Oh, yes.
Nothing, it's funny because like Chicago's always pitted as this like, dangerous place to inhabit, and it's just not. Like fundamentally, it's not.
See,
And it,
yeah, no,
I
it's not.
yeah.
I still am unsure where all of the conceptions of Chicago being, this waste-ridden, outlands of civilization. But
Right.
I think one of my favorite comments of yours for them and the whole trip was we were walking around the River North area and just kind of looking at some of these apartment buildings and talking about it.
Yeah.
And your comment was, I wonder if the floors further up in these apartment buildings are more expensive because they're safer.
Well, I mean, the only reason I said
And
that, okay, was based on my reference to
mm,
my college life. You see,
of course, yes.
um, and I don't get as many drunken dumbasses walking up and down my hall as the first floor. So that was my thought process for justification reasons.
Hey, I mean, are they really that much of a threat though? If they can't
Not
get up the
really.
stairs, are they going to hurt you?
I mean, fair enough.
I
Yeah,
don't think
fair
so.
enough. But yeah, no, there are some very, very rich areas. And even the areas that aren't are still very nice in the downtown area.
Oh yeah. It's been rated the best big city in America 6 years in a row.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
has it?
Yeah,
Well then,
I have really truly been enjoying living here. It
yeah,
was a big adjustment period in the beginning, but I have grown to really enjoy it and see myself living here for a good while.
good while. Yeah, no, it really was kind of a surreal experience for sure. And I don't know, definitely justifies a return trip again
Of course.
for more food and more fun for sure.
Hey, I'll be here. I'll be here waiting.
He'll still be here. But yeah, uh, did you have anything else exciting that perhaps you wanted to get into?
Exciting, I wouldn't really say. It's been a pretty mundane week for me, but I did want to
Yeah,
mention just that obviously with those two episodes being lost, that's two episode topics that will not be shared. So we're probably going to plan to rehash those. And another thing I want to kind of use this episode for, since it's kind of a last minute, just to get an episode out.
yeah,
I first of all just go over those topics, not in depth, but just to mention that we'll probably end up doing another episode on them,
yes.
talk about
Hmm.
them, just since it's points that we wanted to make, and it's obviously lost to the winds now. Um,
Quite unfortunate.
the
Yes.
first episode, I'm sure we will not uh, publish anything else about because it was kind of just your experiences being in
Yeah.
visiting Chicago
Hmm.
for the first time,
Right.
which we've
Right.
kind of gone over a little bit in this even. However, the second one was an episode that certainly many points were made that I think would be
Absolutely.
valuable
Yeah.
to share. We kind of discussed the conflict in Ukraine, and obviously it's a really serious topic. So I don't want to get into it now since we aren't really prepared for that. But
Topic for another
it
episode.
was a good discussion, and I
It
really did
was.
enjoy kind of fleshing that out and just sharing what our thoughts are on
Right.
everything that's been going on. So I do think we'll definitely be publishing another episode in regard to that topic. Um,
Absolutely.
coming somewhat soon before things develop one way or another. Um,
Right.
and then
Things are
also,
already developing as we
I
speak. So
know
like,
it's a
but
bit of a
we
mess.
will discuss that in future.
Certainly,
Look forward
certainly.
to it.
And then I also just wanted to kind of create I guess, make it possible for any listeners to give input on episode
Yeah.
topics. We have quite a bit of, you know, backup topics that we are interested in talking about. I mean, we could just talk for days and days about various different topics. But I am interested to kind of know which, I guess,
Right.
style or direction people are more interested in hearing about.
Yeah.
Because at this point,
Exactly.
we've covered a lot of topics in the sphere of business, global politics, and
Yeah.
just like basic lifestyle stuff, or like more niche stuff like the chess episode, anything like that. And obviously, it's still very much in its infancy, but just kind of getting feedback on which direction you guys like us to be going in.
We're very interested to
Mm,
cover pretty much anything that we're interested in.
mhm.
So
Not that we'll listen too much, we only care about your guys' opinions a little bit. Obviously, the purpose of the podcast is to, you know, to talk about the things we're interested in. If you guys are interested in them as well, then you'll listen. But I am genuinely curious to know
Yeah,
what
for sure.
everyone thinks of the episodes so far, and which ones are good, which ones are awful and terrible. Feel free.
So let us know. Let us know. This is your time to roast our terrible opinions.
Of course. And another thing is, I know in the coming weeks, probably the next week or two, more short form content will be being created.
Absolutely.
We have some clips chopped up from some of the video episodes so far since we've begun
Absolutely.
that. And so those will be going out on all the socials that we've plugged previously. You guys, can find the links. And so hopefully that'll be another way to kind of create some engagement and kind of give everyone a little bit more, I guess, authority and, offering opinions on the direction they would like things to go in and what
Yep.
which of the topics are being well received, because it certainly helps us to
Exactly.
kind of pick and choose, because not all topics are good topics.
Not all topics are good topics. Exactly. And not all topics are interesting either. So.
I know. And I'm sure we'll still talk about topics that aren't interesting if they're important, because I think that a big reason we wanted to start anyways is just to kind of, share opinions with each other, frankly, and just kind of be able to create, more strong convictions on what's going on in the world,
On
and
different
be
things.
able to
Yeah.
develop our own opinions. And
Exactly.
so that'll continue to be the case. But I
Yes.
certainly do enjoy kind of the niche dives into little bits of news in
Yes. Getting
different
into good arguments. That's
different
also very
spheres.
fun.
Oh, of course. Nothing like a good
But
argument.
yeah. Look forward to all of the things that we mentioned. Maybe this could be just a little bit of an update on where the podcast is going when it comes to its direction. So
Pretty much. Yeah, we'll
Pretty
certainly return to our regular the dissection of topics next week, and be able to
next week.
hopefully offer something of value, since that's
Exactly.
supposed to be important or something.
Pretty much. Yep. Pretty much.
But yeah, I think that about does it for the little check-in.
I think so. Yeah. So a little bit of an update. Hope you all enjoyed this very, very odd episode of Dorm Room Diplomacy.
Of course. Hopefully the audio wasn't too unbearable.
Exactly.
The AirPods microphones, while serviceable, are not exactly the pinnacle.
Not ideal. Not ideal. And as Jack was saying, short form content, go watch it. Should be good.
Should be.
And yeah, we will be returning back to normally scheduled programming in about 7 days.
See you later.
See you later.